Hi, I'm Christy, and I want to give you two of my favorite tips for communicating with your children no matter what their age. I mean, if you think about it, that's how you get to know your children and really appreciate them and guide them and know in what areas you need to give more guidance or in what areas they need to have some praise, in what areas they just need to learn a little bit more. And then when we're communicating with our kids, they get to know us a little bit better as well. And there's that mutual appreciation that comes from that. And then, one day our children are going to be independent from us. They're going to live separately and they're going to need to know how to function as an adult. Well, as our kids are growing, they're learning all kinds of information from TV, friends, school, everything. But I think that they'll benefit if we are communicating with them and they are learning a lot of their wisdom from us. And if we are setting them up for success with what we teach them throughout their lives. So I think it's just so important. I'm going to jump right in and go over, I'm going to try to keep the video short and go over just two tips. But these are both, some of the biggest tips that I can think of. And they're so simple and very easy to do. So the first one is to just talk to your children with the same respect and the same regard that you would any other adult, any friend, co-worker, family member, just the very same regard. And oftentimes I'll even say yes ma'am or yes sir to my children because honestly I am modeling for them how it is that I would like for them to speak. And so I'll give an example. Let's just say that I am talking to a friend either in person or on the phone, and I have a child that walks in and the adult conversation stops. Well, the child picks up on that and later they ask me, what were you guys talking about? We might be well within our rights to say, well, that's just an adult conversation, you don't need to worry about it. But the feeling that the children get when they're dismissed like that is, I think we can give a better answer. I think we can give a better answer so that our children feel close to us instead of rejected by us or feeling less than by us. So what I decided to do was answer in a way like this, I was talking to my friend because, somebody has said something to her and it has really hurt her feelings. And that's just an example. It may not be a great one, but with that example, I've answered my child's question respectfully. They're happy, they're satisfied, they move on. But I haven't told my child anything that's alarming or inappropriate. And really it was how I responded, how I answered that the child will really remember instead of what my answer was. So that's the first piece of advice, is how we talk to our children, not just really dismissing them or treating them just like little children, run and play, but we speak to them with respect. So the second tip that I want to give is to have this, what I call a running dialogue with your children. So for my children, when they were very young, I just started teaching them about everything and just talking about everything. And I started doing this in situations where my children were starting to get cranky and cry and fuss. So I initiated this because I was trying to redirect their attention onto something else. So I would deliver these little tidbits of information in a manner that it was like, well, this is the insider scoop and this is the lowdown. This is how the world really works. So maybe if I was going through the bank, the bank is this big enigma to my children. You put a piece of paper in, you get money out, and that's crazy. So I would, show them the checkbook and say, do you know that with this piece of paper I can get money? And I would teach them what a check was, and what a credit card, what a debit card, and all the different aspects of banking. And even when they were young, I would let them fill in the check and I would sign it. They were very involved and excited. And so many positive things came of this. First of all, by the time my oldest daughter was ready for a bank account, she really knew what was going on. She had heard it from me numerous times. We'd gone over it several times. Plus, when I was giving that information to her at a young age, she felt so flattered and such a big girl. And she just felt like I trusted her to understand the information and that I thought that she was an old enough, big enough kid that she needed to know this information. And it just you know, another positive that came out of this was that while I was giving my children the inside scoop, they would feel open and start reciprocating and giving me the inside scoop of what was going on in their life. And so it was just beneficial in so many different ways. And again, my children felt like it was really trusting them and valuing them. And I'll just give one more example here before I end. You know, there were many different times when I was driving and I would say to my child in the back who was maybe 10 years old, you know, years away from driving, I would say, hey, you know, in a few years you're going to start driving and I want to explain a few things that you're really going to want to know. And I would start telling them about, you know, the rules of the road, the yellow lines, the dotted lines, and passing. And I would involve them all the decisions, you know, with this speed and the cars in that lane. You know, do you think we're safe to pass? And they just felt like such big kids to be involved in that. And so with these two things that I came across, you know, just the, you know, speaking to them with that very respectful tone and then having just that running dialogue of constant conversation, we have a very, very close relationship, and the kids know that they can come to me for anything at any time, and we just have this mutual trust, respect, and very, very close relationship. So I hope this has made sense. They're very, very easy concepts, but they had such profound positive effects within our family that I wanted to pass them along. So please leave a comment and let me know if this works for you. And if you have a chance, please stop by my website. I want to offer more information on communicating with our kids and also some information and support to parents who are going through a divorce, because we need all the support we can get. So thank you for watching and have a great day.